I feel like I'm not in a great state of mind to tackle a sensitive topic like this, but what the hey, we're going into it. So this was originally posted by Rohith Kumar SP on the forum. The original article here is, oh yeah, I guess it's like kind of that, but also it's from Front Page Tech, the YouTube channel, and there was another YouTuber that he collaborated with to kind of release concurrent videos about this. Basically, Lou from Unbox Therapy, who I've known for a long time. We haven't actually talked recently, probably not in the last 6 months to a year or so.
But he's making phone cases now.
He made, well, a case called the Latercase. So Lou kind of changed his handle a little while back when he launched his podcast. So instead of, well, actually, I guess he introduced the handle back when he launched his rap channel. So
he had
this, right?
it was around for a while, but now he's brought it into his main tech persona.
So Lou Later was like his rapper persona. And then after some period of time, the Lou Later music disappeared from the channel, and he's kind of rebranded himself to Lou Later, and now he has the Lou Later podcast channel that used to be the music channel, but now it's podcast and like clips and stuff.
Well, Lou Clips is, or Later Clips
true.
is its
Later
own channel.
Clips is a different thing. So anyway, so he's Lou Later now, so that's fine. So the Latercase was,
one word,
according to his video, made because he didn't like other cases that were on the market, and so he was like, well, you know, screw it, I'll make my own. So I'm just gonna go through my talking points here before I offer any color commentary or opinion. So Lou released a case called the Latercase. It's very thin with a Kevlar-style weaved finish. Case maker Pitaka claims that Lou ripped off their design. Oh wow, this isn't really like in order of things that happened.
It kind of is.
Okay, fine. Social Blade, and this was found by Front Page Tech and the other YouTuber that worked on it as well. I'm so sorry, I forget his name. So Social Blade shows that the day before Lou released the launch promo video for the Latercase,
I believe it was a Saturday.
You wrote Lou Case in here.
I kept saying Lou Case in my head. I couldn't stop.
So the day before, his channel dropped 4.5 million views, suggesting that a video with a lot of views had been set to private or deleted. Because that's what happens when you remove a video from the platform. You don't get to like keep those views. Also, incidentally, previous videos where he covered the Pitaka case and in fact praised it, saying that it was really good and amazingly thin, those appear to be no longer available, which seems like sort of an unlikely coincidence that some videos disappeared the day before he launched his case, and there are no longer any Pitaka case videos on his channel, even though there are clips, including on Pitaka's website, or at least there used to be. He issued a copyright takedown for that clip. Even though there are clips of him reviewing the Pitaka case and talking about how much he likes it.
Well, that's his defense for this apparent coincidence, is that the reason that these Pitaka videos are no longer there is because Pitaka was using clips from his videos as like free advertising, which happens all the time.
I can talk about that later. So it is speculated, we have no way of confirming this, that Lou set his Pitaka videos to private just before the Latercase launch. Front Page Tech alleged that Lou simply ordered cases from Alibaba. Lou made a follow-up video saying that he did not order them from AliExpress, which is not the same as Alibaba. They're actually completely different. And it is very likely that Lou sourced a factory to work with through Alibaba. We've done it, lots of people do it.
Well, in his video, he shows Alibaba. Like, I don't know if you're saying that he said verbally AliExpress, but he shows Alibaba.
Yeah, but just because you've done a bunch of revisions, like that's how Alibaba works.
Yeah.
There's products for sale on there, but then you find something that's kind of similar to what you're trying to make. You reach out, you go, okay, here are the things that I want to change. Do you have the capabilities to do this? They say yes or no. They give you a quote, you get a sample.
The sample sucks.
The sample sucks, usually on the first try. You tell them, okay, we need to change this and this and this, or you send them, you know, an example of something that you think is better. Like I want it reinforced. I want the bottom part reinforced, kind of like this. Like I've got this really cool material material that we found on this, like, you know, hat, we'd like something similar to that, but over here, like you kind of say, okay, here's what we need to change. You go back and forth a bunch of times. I mean, something as simple as the stealth hoodie, you might think, okay, yeah, what, it's a hoodie, what could you possibly get wrong? I mean, we would do 4, 5, 6 sample rounds of something like that, because if you're gonna order thousands of units, which is exactly what you have to do if you're ordering off, like directly from a Chinese factory, you need to make sure that they're right. And those Chinese factories are not giving you a refund. Like, there's no net terms. You pay up front a lot of the time. You give a lot of the time as much as 25, 50% in advance of them even manufacturing it, and then you give the rest before they even ship it to you. So that's like how it works.
They all you can really hope for is that the vast majority of the products look exactly like the sample that you agreed on. But so he did all that. He has all these samples there.
Yeah.
He goes through meticulous detail all the things that he thought were important to a case that he changed, and all that's just to show or respond to the criticism that, man, you just bought 500 of this case that is the first result when you type in carbon fiber looking case on Alibaba,
right,
and you just bought them, and now you're flipping them for $45 a case. He did some work. He went through all that, and that's what he's showing in that response video.
Yeah. So apparently Lou did reach out to Pitaka about a possible partnership. Appears this was after the Latercase video launch, though.
That's what we don't know for sure.
Yeah, I don't think that was what he was saying.
Who was saying?
Lou.
That it was after or before?
Yeah, I thought he was saying it was before, but it just like didn't work out or something.
Well, that's unclear. I think it's kind of ambiguous. I think he's trying to make it seem, at the very least, he's trying to make it seem that like it was before.
Yeah.
But the people at Pitaka don't say that it was before. There's like this clip where one of the YouTubers was speaking like on the phone or voice over IP with James Zhang of Pitaka, who says that Lou reached out to him after.
Oh. Or
that's the way it seems from what he said. So that's kind of unclear.
Zhang also said in a tweet, "When did you contact any of us?" So, all right. So now we can move into Lou issuing a copyright claim against Pitaka for the video that featured him that they were using in a video called What They Say About Pitaka Phone Case, which they had uploaded. So we've done the same thing. We've issued copyright claims where our video, okay. So it's a fine line. We could issue a copyright claim at pretty much any time over something like that. Any use of our likeness, of my likeness or James's likeness, or a quote from us that we're not comfortable with in any way, we could issue a takedown for, and we do on a very regular basis. And usually when that happens, it's because someone has taken something that we said out of context. So an example of that would be if I were to say something like, if it weren't for problem A, problem B, and problem C, I would say this is the best phone on the market. And if they go and they put a quote on their site that says ... this is the best phone on the market, Linus Sebastian, I'm like, yo, you need to take that down immediately because that isn't what I said. That wasn't the spirit of what I was saying. So that's an example.
Well, the other thing is sometimes they'll go to a website and they'll just have your footage. And they didn't pay to use your footage that way.
So another example is when they're using our video or our branding or our image in a way that makes it appear as though the relationship is something other than we as an independent third party reviewed a product that they made. So I've seen my face, I actually ran into this with a company that makes really compact laptops, like super small laptops. And on one of their pages, they had like me, like pictures of me that like stills that they had just pulled, like embedded all over. And I was like, and quotes and stuff. And I was like, look, you guys are really making this look like an endorsement or something. I just reviewed the product. This looks like too close of a relationship, and that's not what's happening here.
Plus, they're making derivative marketing materials with your original work. They didn't pay for that.
I was like, look, I like the product, and they fixed it, and we've worked with them again since then, and it's all good. But I think that was a case where they just didn't really understand that when you embed a lot of imagery of someone else all over your product page, it makes it seem like some kind of sponsorship or paid endorsement, and it wasn't. So that's another case where we would ask them to pull down, any images or quotes from us. And then the third one was the one you mentioned, where they are using it as marketing collateral, where there would be an opportunity for us to charge a licensing fee for it, and they haven't. Now, we don't actually do that very often. The only time that really comes up for us is when they want to re-upload the content and or embed it on their website. And in this case, that appears to be exactly what Pitaka has done. So I'm not going to say that I would have necessarily behaved any differently than Lou. The only thing that's weird about it is the timing, where the copyright notice was issued right before the launch of the Latercase.
Yeah, it's especially weird because...
And yes, I'm sick, guys. That's why my voice sounds like this.
It's weird, because on the one hand, you're like, look, he made a case that looks a lot like this other case. In that case, he sang the praises of.
Yeah.
So if this really was, like, let's say he worked with Pitaka and his case was really just a rebranded Pitaka case, he probably would keep that video up. Because it's like, look, I got this case back then, I loved it, and I loved it so much I made another one.
And we made a couple of tweaks that make it, like, later edition or whatever.
But on the other hand, it's like Pitaka says themselves that they're like a leader in this space, or they're a very well-known company in this case.
I'd never heard of them.
They claim, at least, that they have a lot of market share in this space. If that's true, it stands to reason that a lot of like the Alibaba type companies would be like, let's just make a carbon copy of that.
Literally a carbon copy. Get it?
Well, they're not literally carbon.
Fiber.
But so there's a ton of copycat things on Alibaba. So if you're popular, there will be a copycat version. So did he copy them or not? Did everybody copy them? Did he just grab, like, is it so copied that it's generic? Is it a commodity now? And there's just a million cases that look like that. And just kind of course, it looks like somebody's. And that somebody in this case happens to be Pitaka.
People seem to be like watching a different stream than this one. Tookster says, no man, you guys are so wrong on this issue. He didn't make it. What are you even talking about? Nobody
what's your definition of make?
Nobody makes anything unless they actually are the worker on the assembly line in the factory in China, literally making it. Like, we're talking about sourcing from overseas.
In that sense, we don't make our LTT water bottle.
No, we don't. We found something that was pretty close, and then we customized it to reach the point where we were happy with it.
Well, I guess we made the design on it.
Absolutely. So in that case, yeah, like a lot of apparel, like a shirt, you're not really buying a water bottle, you're buying a design that you like, and it happens to be on a water bottle. So in that sense, if Lou changed anything about the case, my understanding is there are actually a couple of differences. If he changed anything about the case, then you are paying for the work and the time that Lou put into working with the manufacturer, because no YouTuber makes anything. Who was it who just did that big makeup launch? Shane Dawson?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was Shane Dawson and James Charles. Sorry, I'm not really good at the like famous YouTubers. Anyway, they didn't make that makeup. They didn't like go and do laboratory testing to ensure it's safe to put on your skin. They left that to the professionals. Thank goodness they didn't make makeup. I didn't make a water bottle, and Lou didn't make a case, because we would have no idea what we're doing, and it would probably suck. So you're paying for them to order the volume that's needed in order to make the costs reasonable. You're paying for them to promote it. You're paying for them to consult on the design or any changes that they're making to it. And you're paying for their time coordinating the whole damn thing.
Well, people take issue with the cost because it's a $45 case. And
Jeffree Star, sorry.
If you look at if you were to just buy the MOQ, like the unit price is, I think, at most $14 or something like that. But in his video, Lou explains that, he's warehousing all of these units in, I believe, Ontario in Canada, so that real estate has a cost. He has to warehouse all of them, and he does. It's not just one case.
That cost is very low.
He's trying to support, but the thing is, that cost of the iPhone one is subsidizing the cost of the other devices that he plans to support. So there's not that many people with the OnePlus 7, and he wants to support that one. It's a loss leader.
Yep.
In a way.
So that's fair. Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star. Yeah, got it, guys. Got it. Sorry, I'm really bad at famous YouTubers. So, all right. There was something that I said I would come back to.
Oh, you said you were going to come back to the copyright.
Okay, so that's basically here's what happened. Apparently he deleted the videos, which actually makes sense because I don't think setting them private actually deletes the views from your channel.
Oh, I thought the
I mean, we could test it.
I thought the front page video was talking about him having it privated them.
Yeah, he might have been mistaken because my understanding is the views only go away if you actually delete it.
All right.
Okay, so anyway, in a nutshell, Lou launched a case. He launched it later, and then before later happened, allegedly deleted videos where, and there seems to be pretty significant, pretty bulletproof circumstantial evidence that he used to have videos on the Pitaka case on his channel saying that he liked it, and doesn't anymore. So it looks like that's pretty much what happened. He got called out for this, admittedly in a way that would have put me on the defensive too. Like, front page text video was very, haha, we uncovered your, your sleazy crap, haha, you thought we wouldn't notice, you twit. Like, he had a kind of an attitude about it. I can see why that would have made Lou quite defensive about it. So then Front Page Tech makes this video and says, look, you claim that you never found a case you liked, so you made this one, except here's a video from you from like years ago saying how much you liked this one, and then yours is just like almost identical to. What are you doing? He responded saying, I actually did a lot of work, and also your video was very rude. And then Front Page Tech, I don't know if you watched their follow-up video.
I didn't.
Basically, it was like, well, you didn't address anything we said, so that's pretty stupid. And my take on all of this is Lou could have prevented this and could still prevent any fallout from this by just being upfront about it. Like, yeah, I deleted the videos because, just shouldn't have deleted the videos. Should have just said. I don't know. You know what? I don't know how I would have fixed this. I mean, maybe the launch video shouldn't have treated it like it was something new then. It shouldn't have deleted the videos, should have said. Because my understanding, again, is that there are a couple of subtle differences between the Latercase and the Pitaka case.
Well, the Pitaka case actually has other features.
Yeah,
there's like magnetic things.
All right, well, he should have just focused on his differentiating features, been upfront about it. I mean, now that this is all out there, honestly, I probably wouldn't have created like a podcast episode addressing it. If I was trying to make it go away as quickly as possible. I don't know. This just seems like such a self-own.
I don't know. He, at least in his response video, he's showing you that he did put work into it, which is an attempt to dispel all the criticism that
the front page tech video never said he didn't put work into it.
Well, a lot of people attack his claim when he says, "So I made a phone, so I made one, so I made one," and everyone's like, "No, you didn't." So like he's responding to that.
I guess so, but to me, that's not really the issue here. The issue here is the removal of the Pitaka case videos, and like trying to sweep something under the rug. All you had to do was just leave it up, and then when people are like, "Hey, this is really similar to the Pitaka case," you say, "Yeah, I like the Pitaka case a lot, but here's the things that I wanted to change to make Latercase different from that and better in my mind."
Yeah,
that was all it had to be. The reality of this, though, is that this issue is going to go away. I mean, just like the truck full of iPhones that never got given away, the news cycle is what, 2 days now, maybe? I mean, in a world where you've got, the drama of, modern day American politics, ultimately, how big of a deal is a YouTuber deleting a video and then releasing a phone case that's very similar to the case that they praised in this video? I think it was a really stupid, shoot self in foot moment, and it was completely unnecessary. But in the grand scheme of things, I don't think it's going to affect his channel or his business.
So Pitaka, congratulations on all the sales you got this week from this huge publicity bump.
Yeah, I guess. I
mean, it could be.
I wouldn't have been talking about them.
It could be deleterious in some way over the long term, maybe, but I think that would be small compared to this exposure that they just got.
I wonder if they've ever emailed me. I'm just curious now. It's not the kind of thing I would cover because we don't really cover phone cases. Like, how do you make a video about a phone case? I don't really get it. What do you say?
Just watch an Unbox therapy video.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh my God.
Oh no, you've got a lot.
Look at all these emails from them.
Oh wow. I wonder if they've ever emailed me. 80, 110, I don't know, a million emails from them.
I'm still scrolling.
There's more than one contact here. This is like people's careers like churning
Okay.
out.
So I have heard from the following Pitaka employees over the last 3 years. Ivy, Ashley, Joanna, Xu66, Vanjie, Crystal, Fiona, Ashley, Abby, Rebecca, Kitty, Kiki, Olivia, Echo.
Are these made up?
I think so. There's no way.
They're all James Zhang. We're gonna be getting one from him soon anyway.
Because these are totally all like approachable female names. You notice that? There's no way those aren't aliases. That's hilarious. So
I can't not reply to Kitty.
yeah, or Kiki.
All right.
She sounds adorable. So that's pretty funny.
Well,
Oh man. All right. So I guess that's pretty much all I have to say about that. The whole situation is just totally unnecessary. By denying it, by fighting back against it, it does nothing but make it worse. And even as bad as it is, it just ultimately doesn't really matter. It's not the way I would have done it for sure, because I don't really. I mean, I guess I've self-owned enough times that I would have seen
hired
this
me.
one coming. Nah, you're great.